Good morning and welcome. This morning, I'm going to be changing some rear wheel bearings on my E30. They are pretty bad, they're rumbling, they make a lot of noise, and if you grab a hold of the wheel and pull it, it looks like it's going to fall off. So what we're going to do is we're going to start today by pulling that wheel off, taking the caliper off, taking the axle out, and then from there, it's a matter of removing the hub, pushing the old bearing out, pushing the new bearing in, reassembling, and should be good to go. But let me show you what I'm working with. I've got there's the E30. The rear wheel bearing is pretty bad. It's if you wiggle it, it looks like the wheel's going to fall off. And then here we have the bearing pusher puller kit to get that out of the hub, or I'm sorry, out of the trailing arm. And then over here we have a bearing separator that should help us get the hub off. And then I've had the axle off sometime in the last year. I took the axle out when I was doing the subframe. So hopefully that all comes apart easy. But I'm going to set up a little time lapse for you and we'll see how it goes. So we did end up getting the hub off. It was quite a trick because the, well, here, I'll show you. This tool that we were using, it's kind of mangled and beat up. So I was kind of hitting the end of the lug studs, running out of threads. So I had to put some plates behind it that to give it a little extra width. And so we did get the hub off. And it also got the bearing race off the hub because that came out with it. So we did that by drummeling a bit of it. You can see here that we dremelled part and then just hit the lip of it with a chisel. So it was on there like so. and we just hit this lip with the chisel and it busted right apart. That was cool. And so the last bit of it is to get this bearing out. So you can see, I think some of this grossness was from pulling it out, but if I don't know if you can't hear it, but there's a lot, yeah, there's a lot of wobbly crap in there. It's gross and super broken. So we're gonna pull that out. And to do that, I got this special tool set. So this bit will go on the outside. We'll thread, this thing will go through the bearing, and then this guy will sit on the back of the bearing, kind of pushing. So as I turn this, it'll pull this in, this will push against the trailing arm, and it should pull that bearing right out of there. Just waiting for a tool to arrive to remove that circlip. I'm not gonna, I could probably bang at it with a screwdriver and a hammer, but you can avoid that and get the right tool because it'll make it a lot easier. So yeah. She popped right out. Wait, do I have to unthread this all the way? There it is. Now we gotta go put a new one in. Okay, so it looks like we got all that stuff done. So both those wheel bearings have been installed, and I took it for a test drive, and the thing works great, drives fantastic. The shimmy's gone, the noise is gone, everything's fantastic. Although when we were out for a test drive, it turns out that the battery died mid-test drive. So I'm really afraid that I think it might be a bad alternator, which would just be icing on the cake of this thing, which already needs a new drive shaft and has a slipping clutch and some other stuff. So there it is. Successful wheel bearing install. One day, 2 wheel bearings. You can see these guys right here. They are kind of gross and nasty and gone out of the car, and we've got new ones in there. AutoZone has this bearing kit that gets it all done. No, it gets most of it done. There's still a bearing separator. Wait, where is it? That's that silly thing that's all mangled. That's this guy. Yeah, you want a better one than that one. But yeah, that'll get the hub off, and this kit will get the bearings off. And yeah, it all worked out great. Drives fantastic. I just need to figure out this alternator problem. Why my battery's dead. It shouldn't be dead. It's only 3 years old. We're going to figure it out though. Stay tuned.